things. I thought I'd start off with, because I never really got to show this stuff on stream. I've got my high poly ring launcher here, and I've already done some work on the texturing stuff, but I'll sort of go over it again and start from scratch because it's not super super time consuming. So what we've done, well, I only started with this thing back in the last stream, and now it's done. Unfortunately, we can really find the time to show that. But well, yeah. So high poly. There's a low poly somewhere. Here's the exploded high poly because that's what we do. Low poly, and there's something else somewhere too. Oh well. Anyway, oh god. So I use this thing to bake all my texture maps, or the ones that are baked anyway. I'm just gonna, like I said, start from scratch and get going. So I'm just gonna add my model and all of my baked maps. And we've got this thing. It's a substance painter, by the way. Pretty cool little program. I use it for pretty much all the texturing. So yeah, as you can see there, I'll follow her. Actually, follow Warsman first, or something. So here's a low poly without any maps. As you can see, it kind of looks like crap because it, well, the idea is that most of the information comes from the texture, so that's with the normal map applied. And I've also baked a ambient occlusion map, which, as you can see, brings in shadows. Yeah. Then we have a ID map, which I will explain for a second. And finally a curvature map, which also doesn't really show up, but it's a texture describing the surface of the, like the curvature of any surface. I can show. I'll just quickly show this because that should be easy. Ooh, that's not right. There we go. So yeah, curvature map. That's a bit weird. Anyway, wide is a convex edge, as you can see, and then dark is a concave area. And that way you can do that, use that for some cool effects and stuff, which I'll show you this later. So yeah, let's start from scratch, I guess. I do have a bunch of preset stuff, but I'm not gonna bother using them really. Is my volume low on my voice? Does anyone... Is this just bug spray being a tool? I can definitely up it a bit if that's better. I don't know, let me know if the volume settings are wrong or whatever. I can change that. Actually, before I do anything, I'll just to show you guys the emissive glowy bits and the screen are on a yeah, right, Azure. I've got some emissive stuff. I'll actually just sort of as a visual aid, I'll add some emissive to those. Yeah, just so we have something nice to look at. Yeah, you glowy bits. So back to my main texture set. I'll keep the resolution low. That's one of the coolest things about Substance Painter, by the way, is that you can dynamically change the resolution and keep all the detail, so you can work at a pretty low resolution until you need to get into detail, and then you can go up and it saves all the stuff. I'm gonna add all the channels I need. Actually, I'm not gonna bother with those right now. I don't really need anything apart from ambient occlusion in my texture stuff. Right. I need to think. Well, the easiest one is always. So I'm just gonna start adding layers for all the different materials that I need. Actually, I'll well, yeah, so. Let's do metal. Well, obviously you can't really see what's down here, but we've got some just the layer settings, basically for each layer. So I'll make that metallic. I'll just get the values roughly right, but so here's where the color ID map comes into play. I can add a black mask with a color selection, and because I've baked a texture from my high poly that has all this information, which it pulls from the materials that I've applied to the high poly, I can use this to easily select different areas of the model, whichever I've defined. And so I already kind of knew as I was modeling it. As you can see here, I was kind of already thinking that these were going to be metal. So I'm gonna do that. I think I actually meant these as metal as well. Maybe I can't remember. Well, I can change that later. I'm gonna do that. And as I said, I'm gonna tweak the rest of the stuff later, like the actual, or fine tune the layer. What I usually go with next is a actually this one usually goes on the bottom just because of some stuff, and actually yeah. So I like to keep a sort of my darkest layer, or this sort of a black plastic, which I tend to think is or well, it's not like I'm gonna call things plastic, but we can think of it as some sort of a sci-fi material that kind of looks like plastic, if that makes any sense. So anything that I call plastic is actually a magical sci-fi material that's a lot more durable than I've got a collar on my face. Well, you know. Oh, I did actually go outside. Good point. Are you stalking me, Shaman? Already looks nice. Well, just wait. So, got that. There's really not that many. Like basically what I'm gonna have is actually I'll just show you guys and I'll just go through this. So this is just the main thing. Actually, I'll do this the right way from the start. Color selection, that, boom. My pajamas? I'm not in my pajamas. What are you saying? So we'll kind of do that. And wait a second. Okay, never mind. rubber for this tube thingy, and again a color selection. Bang. Actually, no, yeah, it's fine. This is a bit, yeah. So we got this padding that I'm also gonna just use rubber for. And it's gonna be something dark too. Like that, but more shiny. Again, I'm sort of just eyeballing these things for now. Yeah. Oh wait, that can't be right, can it? No, it can't really. I'm gonna do, kinda screwed up this, ID map, but we can fix it. The stream is gonna be 2 hours Hadro, unless something goes horribly wrong and I die or something. Hopefully not. But no, 2 hours is the plan. So until 1 AM my time, which is midnight CET or whatever. So it's not really gonna work. We'll call that padding. Let's do rubber for this tube, and this is gonna be a bit trickier because I screwed up my ID map, but that's fine. I'll just set this to something right so I can see what I'm doing, and gonna add a paint effect. Actually, this is a good point for me to switch from my mouse to my tablet. There we go. Actually, I don't know why I didn't just do this from the start. So as you can see, I kind of screwed up. I wanted to be able to select just this rubber tube here, because I kind of know that I want to have it be its own separate thing. So I shouldn't have added all these other things in the same material, but I'll just be able to erase that really quickly, luckily. Going to polygon fill, and selecting UV mode, and just erasing everything that doesn't belong. Alright. So that's good enough. Now let's make this something more reasonable. I'll probably oh yeah, actually. I'm not sure how much of all the weird custom stuff I do inside the actual game engine I'm gonna be able to explain here, just because it's kinda difficult. So I don't know, actually. I might, well, anyway, what I'm gonna do with this thing is the same as with the paint layer, actually. Gonna add another layer on top, switch off everything except color, set it to just something for now, and switch it to overlay. So now we've got just a layer that goes on top of a 50% grey layer, and this layer is this essentially me simulating what I can do inside the engine once I have the whole thing in engine. This is not a pajama shirt, okay? It's a designer shirt from Killstar. Has like skulls and spacey things. It's very metal or something. I don't know if it's really metal, if it's pink, but yeah. So yeah, this is me simulating what I'm gonna be able to do in the engine once I have this model in the engine. And that is change the colors with an overlay, just like that. And the same thing with this one. So again, adding a fill layer with just color on it. What is in this one? Yeah. So that I'm gonna set this to just under 0.5. Oh, derp. There we go. I was actually thinking of a blue-green. What are you saying? Skulls and spacey things can't go in pajamas? Oh, they definitely can. Listen though, it's a nice shirt. But yeah, I was thinking of a blue-greenish type of color scheme for this. Obviously we can always tweak that later at any time, but that is the idea. The reason why I want the green in there is because the projectiles are obviously gonna be classic Mortar stuff. So green, big balls of death. That sounds wrong. But yeah, so I'm thinking, and actually I'll probably make the glowy bits green too. So let's do that just to. Not that really shows. Doesn't really show at all, but yeah. Classic, is it not classic, the dead guy? Like Mortar's being green, hasn't that always been the case? Not being done. But yeah, the initial idea is to go with the good old green, and then that's why I want the again the green, but the exact color, hue, and whatever of these things is infinitely tweakable, luckily, but I'll stick with this for now. And then I'll be able to have the freedom to tweak and make variations and custom skins and what's not later. But that's pretty much our base materials done. Obviously it's just flat stuff. Also, as you can see, low resolution, that's why you're getting this pixelation. And we'll, like I said, I can switch up the resolution to a higher one at any point. Right. So, actually, I'll organize things. And I'll organize even further by adding another folder that just disappeared. No, there it is. What did I use to model this? This was modeled completely in Blender. I started that on the stream I did a while ago, and come on, here I've actually got the blender scene open. This is the high poly for it. Yeah. Yes. Blender, indeed. What's the poly count? I can't actually remember. I could check it somewhere. I can't actually. I don't think I can check it in Substance. You can see roughly what the polygon density is like if I go to this view. You can see the wireframe with the low poly. Yeah, no, I know Sketch, but the thing is I don't actually have the complete in-game low poly in that project that I've got open right now, so it's rather useless. Also, Blender doesn't show the real vertex count that it doesn't show the real Unreal 4 vertex count because that's affected by seams and hard edges as well. It's all very techy and nerdy and stuff, and yeah. Anyway, this is what the wireframe looks like, so you can see sort of areas closer to your screen have a bit more stuff, and yeah, things like in here not so much, because they don't really matter. Anyhow, let's get back to stuff. So I like to call these things paint masks, which are the layers that I'm going to be able to edit in the engine. Yeah. I've got the ability to have 3. Right now I'm just gonna do 2, I think, because it's yeah, I don't really need a 3rd one, but I might do that at some point. Or I might, for example, I could easily say split all this blue stuff into like 2, so I could have a different kind of what was I saying? I completely lost my thread of thought. Yeah, I could just, if I wanted to say, split up this all these blue areas to be like, you know, if I wanted to do like a whatever black and red thingy or something, I don't know. I could easily do that and then have more control. But I've toyed around with this model quite a lot. Like I said, I'd already done sort of all this basic texturing setup previous to this, but because it's so quick to do with my workflow, it's I just decided to do it again, show you guys from the start. Yeah. Anyway, so I toyed around with this quite a lot, and I sort of ended up liking just this sort of very basic, where it's all one color, all of these areas. For the default model at least, and then obviously we can change things around when we make custom skins and stuff. You know, we can paint a Mona Lisa on here or something, I don't know. But usually from here on, the next step, actually no, let me do the setup stuff first. I'm gonna add some custom channels, and these will be saved when I export all of this stuff for the engine. Let's see, questions. Not gonna answer the flag skins question, that's a bug spray anyway. I'm separating the weapons by color for fast identification. I mean, like, you could say that, yes, but at the same time, like, yes, the idea is that I am gonna have like pretty much all the weapons are gonna be, you know, have a different color scheme by default, but obviously, you know, you're gonna be able to buy skins and stuff, and and all that. So it's not really like, it's not actually such a gameplay affecting thing as much as the shape and the silhouette of the weapon, which I think is yeah. And yeah, sketch, well, same works already. Answered that for you. So yes, there was concept. I can show you. I think I should have this stuff somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Oh no, it doesn't want to. There you are. So here's the concept that I worked with. This is from our concept artist Justin. He did this, and then we did some revisions actually on this area here. He made another draw over. When yeah, we discussed this and how this had some problems in like this area and this concept, so did a revision on that. And as you can see, I didn't keep all of what he did there. Usually I interpret things a bit, but as you can see, the basic idea is there. So yeah, where was I? What was I doing? Oh yes. So I'm gonna use my custom channels here to these are gonna be the masks that are gonna later define which areas of the gun are gonna have these these customizable overlays in the engine. I think that's all of that. I've got that. I can, as you can see, nicely put everything or collapse everything that I don't need right now. What am I gonna call this? I've always got trouble naming this, although it doesn't really matter, does it? Variation H. No, just variation. So this is gonna be layers with sort of a base level of variation. I'm gonna use some of the existing variation maps. Of course you can't see this stuff in the stream because my webcam's in the way, but I'm just going through the different variation maps that they have. I can toggle to the roughness channel here so you can kind of see what's happening. That looks kind of silly, doesn't it? I should probably, instead of that, actually look at them here. Yeah, that's a lot better, what I think of it. So I've got some of these default. Yeah, sorry, that was my Steam. I am gonna turn that off now. Weird, I thought I turned it off already. Oh wait, I can't, can I? God damn it. Never mind then. I don't know if I can mute Steam. Basically, Substance Painter works through Steam, and so that's a bit of a bummer. Something's wrong. Oh great. Well, that just broke everything. Yeah, goddamn it, Black. Your fault. Will. So me trying to shut down Steam just made Substance go into read-only mode. So that's interesting. So we're just gonna save and restart. Oh look. Oh no, I can't submit it without name. Oh yeah, I can do that. Should I do that now? I guess I'll just do that now. No friends, go away. Oh god, everyone can see my Steam now. There we go. 1.3 million in the high follow now, yeah. I don't know how familiar you are with how familiar you are with like game art stuff, but the poly count for the high poly is obviously completely irrelevant because it's only used for baking the normal up and stuff. Anywho, let's go back. Where were we? So yeah, I'm gonna use some of the procedural stuff that Substance already offers. Well, yeah, sketch you subsurface model things and then you bake the normal maps to the high poly. Yeah, exactly. So they're default grunge maps. I'm trying to think of what I used for the other ones. Of course I can't right now, but that's fine I suppose. We'll try this one. So I can just drag and drop these roughness maps into this thing, and obviously as you can see this is pretty like way too intense for a roughness map. Roughness quite literally. As you can see, defines whether or how shiny or rough a surface is. So right now the variation is way too high, and I don't really like this look anyway. But I can change things like the tiling on this to something a bit more pleasant. I can also rotate it if I feel like it. And I mean the most important things are right here, which are the contrast and balance settings. I'm actually also gonna set this to overlay, and well, no, not roughness, overlay, and take that down almost so that you can't even see it, just because it's like a baseline level of variation. So now if we look at something like this middle bit here and rotate the light, you should be able to see there's some roughness variation there. I'm gonna layer a bunch of different ones on top of each other so that we get a nice look, and then I'll hand paint it later. And so I like to see what exactly I'm getting in the reference map by being in this view. This might not mean, or this might look weird to people who are not used to working with these things. But yeah. So another one, new layer, again just roughness. I'll try another grunge. It'll help if I remembered which one is which. This is grunge 8, okay, that helps. So I'm gonna try grunge 7. I think that might work. Maybe, let's see. Again, drops the contrast. I can actually also tweak the balance if I need, which is nice, which is basically the levels. Oh yeah, totally sketch. Everyone clearly already an expert. Thanks for the explanation. I need to tweak this back to where I like the images there. Oh, you like the dark matte thingy? Well, we can probably offer that. But the game itself is of course a bit more colorful, so that's not really gonna be the default look. Anywho, so again, this thing, and so I'm just gonna layer, as you can see, just layering like another. Actually, I'm not sure if this is necessary. I'll keep it in there for just a bit more extra, just like that. As you can see, it's a very slight effect. Well, actually, yeah. Or it's a slight effect or not, I don't even know. But yeah, or I could, you know, mess with the contrast. Actually, that's a nice splotchy look. I wonder, what does this look like if I do that? And I'm just toying around here. It's kind of, I'm actually gonna add levels to this just because it's way too hard to really do anything with without it. Just gonna clamp it basically. Yeah, sketch. That's what I was thinking. Although obviously, I mean, it's not really what's happening at all, but yeah, I like a bit more the splotcher look. I kind of like it. So I'll actually see if I sort of swap these around. Well, that is a bit too intense for what I want. Something like 6%, and this one at like 10% maybe. And again, this is like just for the base level of variation. I can always tweak those values, because that's maybe not enough variation. But yeah, we got that. And actually on top of everything, well, I'll tweak this a little bit. Yeah, I like that. It's cool. I might use that in the other ones if I want to go back to them. There's a final one that I tend to add, which is like a scratchy thingy. I think it's this one. I might be wrong. I'm not wrong. Yeah, there we go. So there's a scratch thing. But I'll invert it actually. Might be a bit too much, I don't know. Maybe I'll go. Yeah, why not? And again, just set this super low. Oh wait, I'm gonna do a thing. No, I need to levels adjust this as well. Like so. So that's just a bit of scratch stuff on top. And I can work with that. Let's see, what else do I usually add before doing the hand painting? Oh yeah, there's a this is a sort of a weird thing that I really like doing, which is I'm gonna take the ambient occlusion and add it to the color channel. So if we go to if you look at just the color map, we can see that that's what the ambient occlusion map looks like. So I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna set it to multiply. So now what we have is that's what this layer is doing. So it's adding the shadows into the color map. Now this isn't stuff that you would do for realism, or usually at least. This used to be very much the workflow where you would you know, you'd paint or have all the shadow information in the color map, but nowadays we use ambient occlusion maps in the engine. But I still like to add this just as a slight thing, and what I also do to it is a levels adjustment to make it a bit more a bit warmer. So we can look at some shadows and see that. So it's gonna be there we go, something like that. So now if we just look at this color channel, you can see that that's what this thing is doing. So I'm not really, well, yeah, it's way too high, so something like that. Yeah. So as you can see, I can do a lot without having to paint a single stroke, which is sort of a really nice time saver, especially because what I have done is actually sort of like I'm just making these sort of effects from scratch here. But what I can do with Substance is that I could actually save these effects as smart materials and just drag and drop them into new projects and essentially have most of these things and the whole layer stack set up for me, which makes things a lot faster. Can't tell if purple or blue, really? Because it's like it's a fairly green blue, really, or it's, well no, actually I guess it's sort of midline, but you know, as I established at the start, I can do whatever really with this thing. Yeah, you know, maybe it's gonna be all cool and black and stuff, or maybe not. Maybe I'll make it like let's make it like a diarrhea color, just to have fun. Yeah. No, that's what I like. That's what I want to have in the game. Oops. Actually, let's effects. Oh yeah, forgot. That's something that I really need to work on. Folders and layers and stuff work weirdly. Another thing I do that's like a stylization effect is something where the curvature map and the ambient occlusion map actually come into play, which is like edge highlights, and instead of going in and painting like sort of lighter values on the edges, I can do that procedurally, which again is a time saver. So I'll go to my black mask, add a generator. I think that's team select. Alright, sorry, edge select. Indeed it is. So you can see there's some artifacts, but we're not going to care about those for now. Also the resolution, as you can see, is still low, but like I said, I can tweak that later. This reminded me, I may have to tweak some stuff a bit. I'm gonna take the concaves out. Set this to settings screen. What I can also do is tweak the softness a bit, which strangely doesn't really seem to do much. Oh yeah, these controls are strangely strangely strange. We'll just keep it like that for now, and just tone it back a lot. Another problem with this actually is that because of blending modes and stuff, it's showing too much on dark areas and not enough on the lighter ones. So I'm gonna have to split it into two, which I kind of knew I would have to do already. This is gonna be for the darker areas. Actually, I have to do this. So I'm gonna put this one into another layer, and then add a mask with a color selection and pick all my dark areas. So now that's limited to only the dark areas. Ish, because I need to select that as well, and potentially that, although that's a bit strange, but well, I can tweak that. So yeah, I'm gonna set this to something really low, like 5%. Although what I could do actually is just set this a bit darker, like that. Now I can sort of go between these two to have more control. That's more like the effect I'm looking for. As you can see, it's kind of subtle, and while the resolution is getting so low in these parts, that I'm gonna up the res a bit. Yeah, okay, it takes a while to load sometimes, but yeah, so we're getting that. Actually, I'll add some roughness information to this as well. Go into the roughness and making sure it's a bit on the rough side, but turning that down. And looking at that, also, by the way, this is still not the full resolution. This is the 2K right now, and it's gonna be 4K eventually when I need that much resolution. I'm gonna tweak my edge select a bit. Something like that. Just soft-ish. Yeah, that looks fine for now. Oh, I should really change this awful color, shouldn't I? Ugh. Let's have it be a nice forest green. So, that. And, oh, I don't need to do this, do I? I can simply duplicate this. have another one for the brighter sections, which is gonna be everything else. So all of that, and yeah. Blue's really the only spectrum you can use to fit in the other weapon colors. Yeah, that's kind of where I ended up with as well, where like kind of has to be blue unless I want to do something that's close to the other ones. I'm gonna add some paint thing and just quickly erase this from this area because I don't like it here. No wait, that's the wrong derp. Add a paint there and do that. There we go. Don't really need my tube thingy to be that. So yeah, these edge highlights bright. This is a bit of a trickier thing, especially because of the way that these overlays work in the game engine. I usually kind of have trouble because it's either that it's way too intense or it just doesn't show up at all in the final result. But I'm still gonna leave that in there. Again, if we look at the individual maps, now I can see that this is what I've got in my color. It actually shows me that my metal is way too bright. So let's change that. Something more around 0.4. Right. I don't like this either. I'll just keep it as a bluer thing. Right. You know what? I think this is a good point because we just changed songs, which is giving you guys a better listen to the better listen. Can you say that? Anyway, so this is a new track from Owen that I actually just put out today, which is called Fired Earth. And I'll mute myself and bump up the volume a bit. track. I like it. So while that was going on, I was setting up and thinking about dirt. Very exciting. Dirt is great. I like dirt. I already have the warm ambient occlusion layer that I showed you earlier, and that kind of serves as almost like a cavity-based dirt thing. I do like to hand paint a lot. And so my way of dirtying things up is a bit strange, maybe, because what you can see me doing right now is what I tend to do, which is sort of make things really dirty and then clean them up afterwards, and sort of going back and forth between cleaning and plans for a damaged skin. I didn't really have any plans for that, but I mean that's definitely possible. I mean, as long as it's sort of within like, as long as it's just texture work, that's definitely very, very doable. Nothing too hard about that. You know, I could just hell, I'll show you because it's kind of cool too. Well, you know, let's skip the dirt for now. I could just add a layer and do something like height, so I can edit the height information, and that translates into a normal map. So you know, you could do some cool stuff, I suppose. It's been a while since I've done any sort of super damaged stuff, but you know, I mean, I could go ham and you know, break this thing and give it like big old scratches and stuff. Obviously would have to do that with a bit more effort, but yeah, that's within the realm of possibilities, certainly. So this is really the part of the stream where I'm just gonna be quiet and paint things, paint dirt for the next hour. So it's gonna be fun. If anyone has any questions, now's definitely the best time to ask, because yeah, I'm not gonna be, there's not much to explain here. This is what most of texturing is, or in terms of time spent at least. It's not like the most important part in terms of the look you're getting, but it's just the most time consuming. Because this is gonna end up being a very, very slight effect once I tone it back. And a lot of this you can't even see eventually. Well, yeah. It's about time to go to erasing mode. So yeah, all I'm doing is editing this mask that's masking the fill layer, and the mask itself, if we look at it now, looks like that. I'm gonna add fingerprints. Yeah, I can add fingerprints. I was thinking of that actually. The handle's a nice place for that. I'll do that in a bit. Yeah, as you can see, this already. Yeah, the look of the game isn't super dirty or dark or grungy, and so a lot of this is not even gonna show, which makes me wonder if it's even worth doing this. But you know. Scuffed paint and explosion. Yes, I will actually. That's a good point. Yeah, I might do that soon. I'll finish up this this pass of dirt stuff, and I'll get to that. But, that's actually a thing that I've very recently, as in the last week, kind of changed about how the weapon texturing works. Because I messed around with the weapon shader and the engine itself, and changed some things around. Tend to erase pretty much everything on those metal parts because metal I do a bit of a different thing, although some of this still stays. voice quiet. I'm sorry if I don't know, just noticed this message. Please tell me if it is, viewers, because that would be unfortunate if I was being too quiet the entire time. I know I tend to mumble a bit, which is not good. I realized I've gone very quiet. I really need to get this stage done. Or I could just say fuck it and leave it at this for now. Since someone was asking about the whole worn off paint and scuffs thing. This is still a bit much in terms of the dirt. Really intensifies, so I'm sorry. Deeper with the handle a bit, so yeah. One thing I was thinking of with the handle was, first of all, this metal, or this plastic is still a bit too shiny, but that's actually a thing I was thinking of with this handle bit was, adding some normal map stuff to this. Better to just show you all, I suppose. So I'm only gonna add it to this handle bit here, but so there should be something like a noise pattern here somewhere. Hopefully. Pearl and noise ought to work. Interesting. Oh well. So doing that. Wait, is that right? Oh, this probably have height. Domes. Huh. So I'm gonna color select just this bit, except right, so I'm gonna do that, and then add a paint effect to it, and again just go in and erase the parts that I don't want to have, which is everything apart from that handle. Delete. Maybe, almost. There we go. Now for the height, I'll try, assuming it shows up ever, which it isn't currently, which is very strange. Okay, well that shows up. Hello. I don't really have a good whatchamacallit. Yeah, this doesn't really look too good, does it? I'll try this anyway. I haven't really tried. What I'm thinking of is like a noisy-ish plastic. So something like that. That could work. That probably needs a better map, better texture, but I don't know. What do you guys think? It's that might be a bit too much. This is hard. I think I'll do another thing, which is sort of erasing it here. I'd really need something more like a organized, or yeah, like a bit less organic, I suppose, of a height map. But this would work nicely. I wonder what these other ones are, because there's a bunch of different procedural ones. And of course, if I try to change anything, it changes everything, because why not? That's interesting. That might be cool. Yeah, I don't know. We'll get rid of that for now. I might experiment with that later. Anyway, let's get on to thingy. What was I doing? Oh yeah, so paint scuffs and stuff. So previously what I would have done is simply gone to my something like this paint layer here. This is the blue paint one, and I would have just added a paint here, and like this is sort of logical, right? Except that that's in the wrong one. There, I can add a paint to that. So I could have done that, and then just gone in and erased bits, as I would, you know, if we just think about this in terms of real life layers, then we would just, you know, we have a paint on top of something else. In this case, the black layer underneath, and so I could just erase bits and pieces, and obviously not like that, but get some nice scuffs out, and that's what I thought was the best way. But now, since I've changed some things around a bit, what I need to do instead is actually I shouldn't do that. What I should do is just copy this and copy this bottom layer, or duplicate it rather, and bring it all the way up if it would cooperate. So yeah, I'm gonna bring it there, or I suppose there. Add a black mask, and I need to add another. I'm here, I might as well add my final one and get the settings right. not even sure if these matter that much, but whatever. So the reason why I need to do this is because I need to have a mask that only shows which parts are scratched off, aka a scratch mask, which is what I now have in engine, or what I use in engine. And so I'm gonna make this layer here be scratch, and set scratch to white in this one, and I'll go all the way to the bottom and set scratch to black in this one. So this is just, this is gonna affect everything, but in addition, or yeah, I'm also gonna get a mask that shows which areas are scratched off. I'm getting some really annoying lag, so I'm gonna do a quick Windows Explorer restart, because that seems to help. Hopefully, yeah, it looks like it did. So now, yeah, I've got this, and so you can see that if I do a scratch there, and I can toggle to the fill layer, which is this one, and it now has everything as black, but then the scratches are going to be white, and so I can paint that stuff there, and going to be able to export that as a mask, which is part of my shader setup, like I said. So the scratches, I could do this procedurally too, but I don't really like the look that I get with the default ones in Substance, and I'm not enough of a tech artist to make my own effect filters in Substance Designer, so I like hand painting this. It gives me a bit more of a stylized look too. And yeah, there's not much to scratches either. What I might do though is give this paint layer here a bit more depth, which I can do by setting the height value on this scratch layer to negative a bit. So we get, if I bump that up, you can see that it's sort of making it look like that layer has some thickness. A chip instead of a scratch, something more short and angular. I mean, is there a difference? I'm just sort of doing what I mean, I guess you could call this chips too. I mean, it's not really like, these are gonna be like real scratches, but I mean, I suppose that's just a matter of what I paint. I do have a brush called Paint Chips, which sort of does something like that, but I don't know. I don't really like the look of this either. And the height layer, by the way, is showing up a bit ugly. It's not going to be quite as... This isn't quite what it'll look like in the final, or when I export it. The renderer in this program doesn't really do a good job of rendering this out like it should be. But yeah, I tend to just use a default round brush and do things. Although I'm not really a fan of this height thing, so I'll just switch it off. thing with the round paintbrush is that you can do anything with it. Unlike a custom brush like that, which lets you do one thing. And these are pretty much chips anyway, right? Like this isn't really a scratch. It's more like a chipped off paint thing. Which also doesn't really happen on surface like this. Like if I had some painted metal, then yeah. But I kind of like to think of this again, the surfaces as having the properties of more like a plastic, even underneath instead of like a painted metal. And the way paint behaves on a plastic isn't really like it doesn't really chip that much. It'll more like wear off in a more smooth way. Can I do a love scratch? I don't know if that means something. What does that mean actually for? I mean, hey, it's Valentine's Day. There, are you happy now? I'm just gonna leave that there. It's gonna be in the final version. You just wait. Oh, love scratch, I get it. An Easter egg on the model that only us viewers know about. I mean, there's not that many places that I could... yeah. Let's see. Well, I mean, this whole side of the thing is free. Also, the inside of the barrel I think is like a lot lower resolution. Oh, I guess I could. There you go. That's a Twitch chat thing for you. It's mirrored on the other side. Low. We'll see. I'll end up forgetting that's there, and it'll just stay in. This paint chipping process, just like the dirt painting thing, is kind of like just. I mean, this is why texturing takes time if you want to do this stuff. If you want to do it by hand, again, I could use. There's some generators like paint chips and like metal edgeware or whatever, and paintware and things like that that I could use, but I just don't like really. I don't really like what they look like, and so I prefer hand painting this. But yeah, texturing after a certain point of doing automated stuff, it just sort of boils down to like dump a bunch of hours into this one model and paint some stuff on it. Oh yeah, the cup is gonna stay there. Don't you worry. So we can have like a big old scratch down here. No. Oh, that really can't stay because you can pretty clearly see it. I feel like. Yeah. Oh well. We'll pretend like it's final and it'll be there. Oh, the Bob Ross memes, yeah. The problem is that I'm not really gonna beat the devil out of this thing, because, well, it's a bit more expensive than a brush. Just a bit more. As you can see, by the way, this whole texture sheet is sort of strategically mirrored in places that where you can't really see it. I don't know if anyone caught that, but there's most of this is actually mirrored so that everything that I paint on this side is also on the other side. You just can't really see it because yeah, or well, the idea is that you can't, like, everything that you see in first person is like high quality, and then the rest doesn't really matter that much. If we look at the UVs, you can see that everything that you see here on this side are like just mirrors of this. Lazy. Trust me, this isn't lazy. This is to get you guys some better texture quality, because yeah, it just saves on stuff. But like this, you know, this big piece here is all not mirrored. But then, you know, like this whole thing, for example, because you're never gonna see them really at the same time unless you're a wizard. Same thing here, I think. Yeah. I can show you guys. These are all mirrored. This is mirrored. Mirrored, mirrored. Insides are mirrored. So if we go look at this side, it's all mirrored. So yeah, these are the things that we do as artists to save on some stuff. Although I could have packed these UVs a bit better, but well, at least they've got some padding. Pinstripes. Yes, well, I mean, if you want to see something doesn't care about wizards, hey, no, I care passionately about wizards, okay? Well, if we're talking giving this some fancy materials, then how about a good old let's see what we have. American wood floor skin. Hey, now that's classy. That's going right in the game. $5. Yeah, I mean, really these UVs should be going in the yeah, weapon skins, just drag and drop a material, done. The issue here though is like all this UV warp, and I don't know, I feel like this wood really shouldn't be going in this direction, but you know, it's always fun to play with. Let's have a gold one. Okay, that is very, very bright and not at all gold. What's this then? Tiles. Yeah. You can have a lot of fun with this stuff. Like, say, whatever. Scales. Scales. I mean, yeah, why not? About bark. Yep, it's pretty legit. Anyway, let's not mess around. Hello, Split Second. Welcome to stream. I think there is a fake croc one actually. There's frog leather. Oh, ugh. Wow. That's pretty amazing. Ugh. Yep. Ship it. But yeah, I could do those things, although what I would actually do is do that stuff in engine. I could show you, I wonder. Come on. Can I show these people what I've been doing in engine? Bug spray, please help. PR manager. Because I have been doing some cool things with custom skin stuff. I could take this into engine and give it some love. Alright. Yeah, we can have some leaks, guys. I'm not... Well, I mean, why not? Let's see. So, yeah, I'll be able to show you guys the whole thing then. So, when I export, what I'm gonna do is disable these color overlays so that it's just white. Well, this isn't actually white, this is 50% gray. It just looks really white. Anyway, gonna do that. Select my preset, save it in something that makes sense, like there. And do that. I'm just gonna do this 2K for now. While that's going, it's gonna lag a hell of a lot. And you can see my amazing background. And we'll up there. Let's hope it doesn't take forever. That's successful, and I've got everything I need, I think. Yep. Good stuff. Oh damn, oh well. I kinda screwed up the naming, but it'll be fine. Oof. Is anything happening? Unreal Engine, please. Work. Oh, there it is. Stuck at 73% as always. So the maps that I've been painting. Oh damn, that's a bit wrong. That's a bit wrong. And we've got a bunch of errors. Yay. Now the Finnish national anthem is something completely different. Fire. Oh wow. I need to check something with these custom map masks first. So these all need to be black. Like so. And that should be speed 0. And got that, and then we have that, and that'll be fine for now. I'm just checking that I'm getting all of these channels exported right. Nice shirt. Yes, thank you. Right. Let's hop into Unreal and I'll get my tablet out of the way. Just left-hander things, having to move my stuff around all the time. No, it's all my pajamas. What are we gonna look at? We're gonna look at weapons. I'm just gonna do this in a new folder because why not? So we've got some maps. These are the textures that I just exported. And it's probably gonna lag a whole lot. Yep. Right. Let's get all this here. So here's my color map. I need to change the settings on these other ones. This is my masks, which needs to be set to masks. This is the map that contains the metallic roughness and ambient occlusion information all in one. It's packed into there. This is a common thing now in game art where you pack a bunch of black and white. Why is that happening? Anyway, you pack a bunch of black and white maps into a single image into the separate channels, so you get this. And then normal, and finally, got my scratch map. I'm just gonna do this on my second screen. Masks, alright. These are completely the wrong names and stuff, but we're not gonna care about that right now. That shouldn't be that massive. Just gonna drop this into the test map. We can take a look at it. Let's add a material instance. So this is gonna be a material instance that references the it's gonna reference the master material. I'm gonna show you the material instance interface. I'm gonna select whatever that thing is, weapon test, because naming conventions. I'm not gonna show this in a way that makes any sense at all. I'm gonna drag this one to my second monitor. And this one right here. So this is my material instance for the this is the interface you get when you have a decently set up material instance. So I'm just gonna drag all the right textures into this. And you can sort of see the preview there, although that's not gonna give you that much info because, well, you know, that's that. So now I can, basic material 1 here is gonna be the sort of, well, these areas that I had as blue before, so I'll just set them to blue. And what I can also do with it is tweak, if I wanna, I could make it metallic, if I for some reason wanted a completely metallic blue gun. And, you know, tweak the roughness as well. Stuff like that, on top of all the stuff I did. But yeah, so I've got that. I'm not gonna really worry about what the colors are exactly, but I'll do that. And you can't really, I guess you can't really visualize much of this just on this plane. But so that's that. I'll drag this one back here. Right, and there we go. So that's the model. Obviously this isn't like the real mesh because this is the unanimated one. So that this doesn't have the skeleton or anything. It's just the static version of the model that I used. Anyway, so here's this thing about what I could do with it. If I make a let's say I'm gonna make a camo one. Let's try to do this. So this is gonna be a bit weird, but I'll try to deal with it. Showing this stuff on one monitor isn't easy. There's some cool things that I can do. I don't have many options yet because I just haven't made many textures for this yet, but if I thick use color pattern here, it brings up a whole bunch of other options. So you can go here and get camo, make the scale something a bit more reasonable, and do the color, take the rotation if I want. What else? Roughness is gone. Why is it gone? No, it's not. It's right there. I'm just gonna make it a bit rougher. You know, quickly do stuff like this if I want to, which I guess is nice. This is like super base, and this is like the easy stuff that I can do. I can also add like a normal map pattern. I don't know if I actually have many. I'm gonna have to compile that, but actually, well, just let that compile. Let's do, what do I even have here? I don't think I have that many. But if I use that one with like a giant scale thing. I don't think this will ever finish compiling. While it's doing that, I'll let's do a golden mortar, because why not? So I'm back to a version that doesn't have all those things ticked. I can kind of eyeball what gold would be. Oh, hey, that's done. Okay. If I do that and then set that to 1, we got a golden mortar-ish. It's a bit too rough. I can make it a bit smoother. So there's that. That's really not a bug spray question. But I don't think that's worth it, fire. I could pretty easily do that. I just don't really like it. And I don't like I mean, I guess it's kind of cool that they have the whole wear and tear thing where you can have different levels of wear and tear on your stuff, but yeah, I just don't really want to develop that. So this is a weird ass pattern. I don't know what this is. I mean, this is from like a reinforced class. I really don't have enough. Like, imagine this would be like a I don't know, carbon fiber or whatever. I'm just gonna have to scale this a lot. I mean, that looks like something. And let's not use that. I mean, that's something. I don't know what that is, but whatever. Anyway, you can see that I can quickly do a bunch of stuff like this. This wasn't really easy to set up, but once I've got my system sort of working, I can yeah, I spent quite a bit of time thinking about how to do this stuff, or how to create like a system like this. So that I can, well, do all of these things. I'm gonna do a tiger one. Rawr. What else am I gonna do? It's a bit nicer. But yeah, and of course I could also, change this. Maybe I'll make that black and this one, whatever. Space skin. I mean, I'd have to, sit there and actually create those textures here. I'm just using ones I've had before. I guess I'll show you something. So I've already gone and made, I've just remade pretty much the ones I made for this ring launcher a while ago. But like this matte black one, I guess that's about it. So yeah, applicable to all weapons and such nonsense. Is reflector, crone, or even mirror possible? I mean, it's kind of like doing like a super matte black carbon fiber texture. Yeah, I just don't have a carbon fiber texture lying around right now. I need to get it, but I mean, yeah, those are, I mean, that's sort of the obvious one to go with, you know, for this matte black one. Yeah. And then if I, you know, I could, these are just, again, like these tiling textures, and if I wanted to custom Mortar some more specific stuff, then I could also do that. Well, no guys, it's not about performance really, it's more about how shit they'll look if you do it. Say if I take this gold one and yeah, I mean, if I just set it to like white and set the roughness to 0, we've essentially got a chrome. A fully 0 roughness means, well, 100%, but the thing is, the reflection quality isn't gonna be great. So yeah, that's really the problem, is that I just don't think something like this really looks that good. But yeah, it is possible with the UV. Very easy. You do everything on the engine like animation rendering. Do you use Photoshop? What? I do use Photoshop, but not that much anymore. If I'm doing like environment art stuff, then I'll use Photoshop, because that uses that's where I'm like doing like 2D stuff. So yeah, I'm running out of time, by the way. I just noticed. Oh no. I guess I'll answer that. Yeah, but if I'm doing like environment art stuff where I need to make a bunch of 2D textures, then yeah, I'll use Photoshop for that. But for like sort of doing these asset specific things like texturing, like, which I mostly do is work on these hero assets, at least for, you know, have been doing. That's where I'll pretty much always go to Substance Painter and just work on it here, because it's just, I mean, if I was to do all of this in Photoshop, well, first of all, I couldn't really, because I can't 3D paint, but I would have to, you know, work on each of these million maps on their own. It'd just be a complete mess. And so we're not in 2007 anymore, and we've got software to do things efficiently now, which is why I use Substance Painter. I mean, that's not really a carbon fiber, but this is like a normal map from like a reinforced glass material that I had, and if I scaled it 1,000,000 times, then you get that effect. But yeah, I think that's the stream about done. I'll give you one more little treat, since someone was asking for the pink one. So yeah, you can have that. Amazing color scheme right there. Yeah, that's me done for the night. Thank you all for tuning in and stuff. Follow us on social media if you could, if you want to. That's Play Midair on Twitter, Midair on Facebook. Someone that isn't me is hopefully going to post these links in the chat. We've got the new forums up. That's forums.playmidair.com. And yeah, good stuff. I'll see you all sometime. Next week is going to be something else, probably not me, but yeah. Bye bye. And that just completely ruined it because I failed to stop streaming. But yeah.